First of all, Kevin, let me get a head start on wishing you a happy St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. I'm curious that, when you were a free agent this offseason, didn't get a chance to ask you, but what was the reason you chose to sign with the Rangers as opposed to, anywhere else?
First, thanks. I got my green suit for the whole week. I wore it last night too. So, when it came to the off season, obviously I was with the Devils before, and I, saw how the Rangers played, and I saw some of the things that I thought I could contribute and help with last year. Obviously, going into the off season, I knew I was going to be a free agent, so those are the things I was looking for kind of throughout the league, and then another thing was just like their penalty kill and their depth up the middle, like two things that I think I could help with. And obviously the penalty kill has been great this year, and we're trying to stay consistent with that, and also trying to win more face-offs, because that's something that as a team we need to continue to do. And if I can do those things, I know I can be a consistent player for in this league and for the team.
Next question comes from Vince Mercogliano. Vince, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin. I know this is only your first year playing with Artemi, but I was curious from your perspective, having had a chance to be around him for a few months now, not only what his impact coming back means for the team on the ice, but just how, if you've noticed him overall kind of boosting the collective level of confidence since he's been back in the last two games.
Yeah, it's amazing what he does for our lineup, and he's obviously a really special player, probably the best player I've played with, and for me, he even makes me better. He makes everybody in the whole organization better, which is huge when you have a guy like that on your team. And he's such a great person. And I remember when I first got here, my stall's next to him in the practice rink, just getting to talk to him, how humble he was and how caring he was. And as a new guy on the team, you don't know what to expect coming in, meeting a guy like him. And it's been special to play with, and it's going to be a guy I'm going to remember for a long time playing with.
Next question goes to Molly Walker. Molly, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin. I know you guys don't like to make this because every team in the league is dealing with COVID and injuries, but if you think about the luck you've had with the lineup, you get Panarin back, but your most consistent goaltender is injured, then you lose your top defender and leading scorer. Are you getting antsy to see what a fully healthy lineup looks like after working out some of the kinks earlier in the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, every team's dealing with it. I think when we saw Philly earlier in the year, they were missing some of their top six, like a lot of their top six. So every team goes through it. I think for us, though, I think when we're healthy, we know how good we can be. And I mean, you look at the Bruins game we played the other night. It was just a complete effort, and we didn't really give that Boston team much. And they're a team that's competing for Stanley Cups. So when we put on a performance like that, I think it just boosts our confidence.
Next question goes to Mark Roseman. Mark, go ahead.
Hey, Ken, just to piggyback on that a little bit, obviously the other day the practice is canceled, a couple of guys out, COVID. It's such a strange season. What's been the most difficult thing for you to adjust to everything that's gone on for this season?
Well, at the start of the year, I actually had COVID at a pretty good time, so I came into the year, already had it, so I had the antibodies, and it was something I didn't really need to worry about early on, which I think benefited me maybe a little bit more than guys that hadn't have it. But yeah, it's a challenging year. You got to be a professional, even if you get a morning off or something. You got to find a way to get yourself ready to play that night. And I feel like I've matured over the course of my career and learned how to become a really good pro and be ready to go no matter what the circumstances are.
And we have time for one more for Kevin. Colin Stevenson. Colin, go ahead.
Kevin, I just wanted to ask you about your goal scoring. I guess you get your fifth goal last night. It's more than you had all last season. And I'm wondering if this is a new thing for you, or is it, that you're getting more ice time, or, why is your production greater now than it's been before?
Well, I think obviously with New Jersey not making the playoffs, I had a lot of time in the off season, and it's something I really focused on because last year I really felt I became an NHL player, and I was getting tons of chances, you know, especially later in the year in New Jersey, and I wasn't finishing them. And I liked the way I was playing. And for me, it's always about chances. And if you're getting your chances, eventually they'll go in. And I spent a lot of time this offseason working on some things to help me finish a little bit more, and it's paid off early here for sure. But I always want to be a consistent player, and I'm not going to let my foot off the gas. I want to keep helping this team in any which way possible.